What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today I've got a little bit of a workaround with the sprint out times in CoD World War II. For those of you guys that haven't been keeping up with what's going on here, the sprint out times in this game are quite slow compared to what we're used to in Call of Duty. And what this means is if you're using the quick draw attachment and you break your sprint by aiming down sight instead of by shooting or by like stopping yourself from sprinting manually and then aiming down sight, your aim down sight time will be slowed down to match your sprint out time, which essentially means quick draw is not working in a lot of situations for you if you're coming out of sprint and you're trying to be aggressive. In addition to that, just in general, the sprint out time is quite slow, so if you ever get caught off guard sprinting, you don't really even have a fighting chance in the gunfight, you're just dead. What I have for you guys today is a bit of a workaround. It's something interesting that I found, and keep in mind, I did get this from Reddit. I will leave a link down below to the earliest source that I could find, at least, that showed this. If there was somebody that mentioned this earlier, then please let me know, you guys, but I just linked the source that I was able to find on Reddit for this original information. And this trick is when you're inspecting your weapon while sprinting, your sprint out time is eliminated. It looks like there's a little bit of a bug here, where the game doesn't necessarily register your character as in a sprinting state, even though you are sprinting, and therefore you don't have to complete a sprint out time while you're inspecting your weapon. So basically, as you're sprinting around, maybe you are going to be coming around a corner and you expect maybe there's going to be an enemy there, but you're not too sure, and you don't really want to like slow down to a snail's pace and walk around the corner slowly to see if somebody's there. What you can do is start inspecting your weapon before you come around that corner, and make sure you're keeping your centering on point so you keep the center of your screen where you expect enemies to be. If there's an enemy there, you can just instantly aim down sight and start shooting, and you will get your quick draw aim down sight time, and you can start firing literally immediately. And this is without the gunslinger basic training skill. Initially, when I first saw this posted, I was thinking, oh, this is probably just some kind of a placebo. Like, some people thought that when you were inspecting your gun, you'd actually sprint faster, and that was simply a placebo. So I kind of thought it was the same thing, but I did the testing for myself, and you can clearly see that it is much faster, and it does cancel out your sprint out time. Now, as for the actual practicality of this, I realize it's not a practical thing to be constantly sprinting all over the place while inspecting your gun. First off, your hipfire crosshairs, they disappear when you do this, so it makes it much more difficult to remain centered on where you think your enemies are going to be, which can screw you up in gunfights. And also, depending on the weapon, it can block a very good portion of the center of your screen, and therefore it'll actually put you at a disadvantage because you might not see the enemy because he's behind your gun that you're inspecting. Having said this, there are definitely going to be situations where this is going to be advantageous for you. Maybe you're coming into a room, it's close quarters, so you don't really need to worry about blocking your vision too much because your target's going to be right up close and personal and nice and big. You can start inspecting your weapon, sprint around that corner, and you can immediately get your shots off on target. So I just wanted to share this with you guys so you guys have that bit of an alternative to eliminate your sprint out time for very specific situations. Like I said, I wouldn't necessarily be sprinting around all over the place just constantly inspecting your weapon because it will have its downsides. And I also want to mention in this video that to me, this doesn't mean that sprint out times shouldn't be reduced. I still feel the sprint out times should get a buff, especially with the SMGs in the game. This is just a bit of a workaround, a little bit of a bug that you can kind of take advantage of until they hopefully make some adjustments to the sprint out times. So there we have it. That's going to wrap it up for today's quick tip here. I'd like to know in the comment section below, what do you guys think of this? Do you think there's actually some practical situations where this can be used? Or do you think that this is generally not going to be practical? If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.